Include these foods when you first start solid foods. Iron-rich solid foods in your baby's food first. It is important to start with solid foods containing high amounts of iron first.
Your baby uses iron for growth and development, especially for her brain, red blood cells and immunity system. Your baby is born with iron stored in her body, but she uses this iron up by 4 to 6 months of age.
Beyond 6 months of age, it is important to incorporate an external source of iron, since an infant's stores of iron will gradually become depleted. Examples of iron-rich solid foods: eggs,
Eggs yolk,
meat and poultry,
beef, lamb, chicken, turkey.
seafood, all types,
Liver, all types. Iron they contain is poorly absorbed by infants. Include food that helps iron absorbance in the same meal. Dark green vegetables: cabbage, spinach, broccoli. Well-cooked legumes: green and red beans, lentils, chickpeas. Whole grain bread. Dried fruits. Iron they contain is poorly absorbed by infants. Include food that helps iron absorbance in the same meal. Fortified formula milk. Iron absorption rate of 10%.
breast milk, high iron absorption rate of 50 to 70%.
Iron-fortified cereal. Grains, rice, wheat, oats, barley. Dairy. Full-fat yogurt, cheese. Specialists recommend offering this to full-fat young children up to the age of 2 years, because fats have been shown to be useful for absorbing vitamins that need fats to be absorbed. Recommended for infants until 18 to 24 months. The amount of iron that a child absorbs from food depends on
the amount of iron in the food. The type of iron from meat and fish is better absorbed than the iron from plants, milk and eggs. The types of other foods presents in the same meal, some promote iron absorption and others interfere. Whether the child is anemic, more iron absorbed if anemic. The child should not be given iron supplements if he has enough iron stores so that this does not negatively affect him. Foods that increase iron absorption in the same meal. The amount of iron absorbed from eggs, milk and plant foods, cereals, pulses, other seeds, vegetables and fruits is increased by eating at the same meal. Vitamin C fortified foods. Meats. Fish and seafood. Foods that decrease iron absorption in the same meal. The amount of iron absorbed from eggs, milk and plant foods, cereals, pulses, other seeds, vegetables and fruits is decreased by eating at the same meal. Dairy.
Coffee. Tea. These foods shouldn't be given with a meal that contains iron, or during 2 hours before a meal, or 2 hours after it. Specialists recommend that children do not consume caffeinated drinks including coffee and tea before the age of 1 year, and a maximum of a small cup not on a daily basis. Foods high in vitamin C.
Eating foods rich in vitamin C at the same meal is the best way to improve the absorption of iron from eggs, milk and plant food. Foods rich vitamin C include strawberry,
Kiwi. Peach.
pineapple, guava, mango, berries, sweet potato,
tomato, green beans,
bell pepper, broccoli and cauliflower, watermelon and cantaloupe, orange and citrus. The amount of iron a child needs. The diagram shows the daily amount of iron a child needs at different ages. You can see that this gradually becomes less. This is because the amount needed is related to how much new blood a child's body has to make. More new blood is made in the first year, when growth is faster, than in the second. The gap between the iron needed and the amount provided by breast milk is the amount of iron a child needs to absorb from complementary. Notice that the amount of iron that a child receives from breast milk is small. So there is a large gap between what the child needs and what is provided by breast milk, especially in the first year. Full-term babies are born with enough iron to cover their needs in the early months, and they use their store to fill the gap. But this store is used up by about 6 months. The diagram shows iron needs of an average child from an average mother. A few children have higher needs and therefore larger gaps, a few have smaller needs and smaller gaps. Filling iron gap is important. Complementary foods that provide plenty of iron are needed to fill the iron gap from about 6 months of age. If iron gap is not filled, the child will become anemic.
The iron gap is biggest from 6 to 12 months, so risk of anemic is highest in this age group. Preterm and low birth weight babies are at increased risk of anemia because they are born with smaller body stores of iron, so the iron gap starts earlier.
Give iron drops from 2 months if available based on doctor consultation.
Ashra. Good food, good health.